I am your president. I am your president. This is your president. This is your president. Tam Nelson. This is your president. Tam Nelson. This is your president. Tam Nelson. This is your president. I am your president. I am your president. I am your president. Nasty, welcome to Nasty. Today I'm going to read some of Pharaoh's Dream. Pharaoh's Dream, New International Version, Genesis, Bible Gateway, Bible Gateway, Genesis 41, New International Version, Pharaoh's Dream. It's a very long chapter, very, very long chapter. I don't know if I'll be able to read most of it, but I'm going to read some words. This is the greater pronunciation. This is the greater pronunciation. My back is breaking. My back is breaking. I can't walk. I can't walk. My back is breaking. This is the president. This is your president, Tam Nelson. I spoke to Windy Sliwa 12:29 today in the afternoon. First time I spoke to her in almost 3 years. She said that I signed papers with Mary that it's going to be assigned the public administrator. I signed papers, and I signed the papers and they signed the papers with Mary with my lawyer giving consent to make a public administrator. Therefore, she made a public administrator. And she said the letter was sent, and she's going to mail it to her. Send it. I never got it. I never got it. If she sent it, I never got it. Maybe she's going to send. I don't know. They made public administrator. That's right. I'm not involved in this condo. I'm not involved in any shape or form in this condo. I am a tenant, and they have to go to landlord-tenant court. And only way they can get rid of me is the owner has to evict the landlord has to evict me, and there is no landlord. There's no landlord. There's no landlord. I am your president. I am your president. Get your mouth. I am your president. Genesis chapter 41 in New International Version. A bonded $10 million, new high-tech biometrics NETSPEND card, chip embedded card for NETSPEND, biometric high definition, high-tech NETSPEND card, high-tech, high definition, RFID, chip embedded card for NETSPEND coming out. $10 million to invest the entire world. $10 million to invest the entire world. I am your president. I am your president. That's right. I am your president. I am your president. The great emperors. They cannot do nothing. They cannot do nothing. They cannot take me to court. They have to go to landlord-tenant court. The case against me was turned down. The case against my wife was turned down. The case against my mother was turned down. Was nullified, and it was dismissed by the judge, the case by Parchester. Parchester cannot no longer sue me. That's right. They cannot talk to me. Parchester cannot talk to me. I can live here as long as I can, and they cannot do nothing. They cannot collect maintenance, and they cannot do nothing. They cannot do nothing. I talked to Windy Sliwa today. And she said, it's bonded. I signed papers giving consent, and the judge agreed that a public administrator has to be assigned. And I signed whatever paper there was with Mary this year because I had no choice. I had no place to go. We had to close. Now, my lawyer has to all buyer's money, and he has to return because they are in trouble. And my lawyer never talked to me, never speak to me, never asked for my phone call, never ever spoke to me, never ever talked to me, never disclosed any papers. Genesis chapter 41, Genesis chapter 1. Everybody trapped in the places. Entire Freedom Tower, entire Buraj Khalifa, entire KK100, entire Petronas, people are trapped dead in the street. No food, they don't know where the food coming up from. They're going to die. The civilization is coming in there. Joe Biden, you have no choice but to issue stimulus. That's right, issue stimulus. They've been told that you have to make a work order. from your house. The house, that's right. My stream is blocked on this is a private channel. You're watching a private channel. My gmail.com is blocked. This is a separate channel I created. That's right. They only have money for Africans. They will only feed Africans. They buy only things for Africans. They want only Africans. White men. Which everything is black and white. 120% Air Jordans. Air Jordan hat, Air Jordan nipple, Air Jordan nipple tattoo, Air Jordan shoe, Air Jordan sneaker, Air Jordan sweat, Air Jordan pant. Nobody in this society wear pants and shirt. Everybody sweatpants, sweatshirt, hat, socks, Air Jordan sneaker. They marry for shoeboxes, shoelace. Black men marry white women for shoeboxes. It's the darkest woman with the whitest man. Whitest man with the darkest woman. That's how this society functions. If you're an African, you don't eat. You starve. They will not budge. They will not negotiate. They will not give one single dollar. 45 years. They will not throw even a single dollar, a nickel, a dime. They will not throw. They will not throw. Indians are making everything. The dumplings. They're making it for the children. That's why they make everything for the children. I talked to my cousin. They said they manage. I talked to Thambi Matthew. He told me to remove all my tooth, all my hat, all my suit, all my ads, on my website. That's right. It's a mall. Look, mall. Chakra mall. Don't you know they sell those babies in India for a cup of coffee? They don't have no business. This India's entire world. Look, figure like this. They cut 6.8 billion men dick. I'm going to read Paro's dream. I don't know if I have time. I don't think I have time. They don't want me to do video here, but I have to do video. This is the only thing I can do is talk. I have to talk. A new civilization arrived 161 years earlier than was expected. New exploration of planet. A new civilization, totally from scratch, has to be mapped out. From scratch. A built new civilization has to be planned. Has to be built. A Mars colony. A multiplanetary universe. That's right. Earth is ruined, completely ruined. This is no longer inhabitable. It's no longer inhabitable. That's right. Number 10 arrived. I calculated my birthday is 13.8 billion years ago. My born on date and my born on date and my end of civilization clock, 2 clocks that I designed. It's precisely this near second is accurate. They will not cut bricks, they will not go back to work, they will not do chores, they will not work, they will not cut bricks, they will not go back to work, they will not work in Dunkin' Donuts, they will not work in McDonald's, they will not work in Walmart, they will not work in subways, they will not work in trains. Finger, look. Finger. I am your president. The great emperor, president of 190 nations. New international version. Pharaoh's dream. When 2 full years was passed, Pharaoh had a dream. When this is chapter 41 in Genesis, Pharaoh's dream. When 2 full years was passed, Pharaoh had a dream. He was standing by the Nile when out in the river where there were up 7 cows. sleek and fat, and they grazed among the reeds. After them, seven other cows, ugly and gaunt, came up out of the Nile and stood beside those in the river bank. And the cows that were ugly and gaunt ate up the seven sleek, fat cows. Then the pharaoh woke up. He fell asleep again, and he had second dream. Seven heads of grain, healthy and good, were growing in the single stalk. After them, seven other heads of grain sprouted, thin and scorched by east wind. Then 10 heads of grain swallowed up the seven healthy, full heads. The Pharaoh woke up. It had been a dream. In the morning, in his mind, he was troubled. So he sent out all magicians and wise men in Egypt. Pharaoh told them his dream, but no one could interpret them. Then the chief cupbearer said to the Pharaoh, "Today I am reminded of my shortcoming." The Pharaoh was once angry with his servants, and he imprisoned me. And the chief baker in the house was the captain of the guard. Each each of us had dreamed the same night. Each dream had a meaning of his own. Now you young Hebrew was there with us, servant of the captains of the guard, and we told him our dream, and he interpreted them for us, giving each man the interpretation of the dream. And the things turned out exactly as he interpreted them to us. I was restored to my position, and the other man was impaled. I am your president, I am your president. So the Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and he was quickly brought from the dungeon. Then then he shaved and changed his clothes. He had he had then he had shaved and changed his clothes. He came before Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I had a dream, and no one can interpret it. But I heard it said of you that when you hear the dream, you can interpret it. I cannot do it." Joseph replied to Pharaoh, "But God will give you Pharaoh. He answered his desires." Pharaoh said to Joseph, in my dream, I was standing on the bank of Nile when out of the river there came up seven cows, fat and sleek, and they grazed among the reeds. After them, seven other cows came up, swarthy and very ugly and lean. I had never seen such ugly cows in all of the land of Egypt. The lean and ugly cows ate up the seven fat cows, then came up to it first. But seven after they ate them, no one could tell that they had done so. They looked just as ugly as before. Then I woke up. In my dream, I saw seven heads of grain, full of good growing and single stalk. After them, seven other heads sprouted, withered and thin, and scorched by the east wind. The heads of grain swallowed up the seven good heads. I told this to the magician, but none of them could explain to me. Then Joseph said to Pharaoh in the dream of Pharaoh, Then Joseph said to the Pharaoh, "The dream of Pharaoh are one and the same. God has revealed to the Pharaoh what he is about to do. Seven good cows, 7 years, and seven good cows, 7 years, and seven good heads, grain as 7 years. It is it one that the same as the dream. The seven lean, ugly cows that came up toward the 7 years, and so were the seven worthless heads of grain scorched by east wind. There were 7 years of famine. നിന്നെ കണ്ടവൻ നിന്നെ ഇരിക്കുമോ സ്നേഹമാമെന്നെ the love of നിന്നെ കണ്ട. It was just as I said to Pharaoh. God has shown Pharaoh what he's about to do. 7 years of great abundance are coming throughout the land of Egypt, but 7 years of famine will follow them. Then the abundance of Egypt will be forgotten. The famine will ruin the land. the abundance of the land will not be remembered, because the famine that follows it will be so severe. The reason the dream was given to Pharaoh to forms of it was married was being firmly decided by God, and God will do soon. And they let the Pharaoh look at the discerning and the wise men of and put him in charge of all land of Egypt. And let the Pharaoh appoint commissioners over the land and take the fifth of the harvest Egypt during the 7 years of abundance. They stood collect all the food of these good years that are coming and stored up in the grain under the authority of Pharaoh to be kept in the cities of food. The food should be held in the reserve for the country to be used during the 7 years of famine that will come upon Egypt, so that the country may not be ruined by the famine. The the plan seems to good to Pharaoh and all his officials. And the Pharaoh asked them, "Can we find anyone like this man, one whom the Spirit of God?" And the Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has made all this known to you, there is no one so discerning and wise to you. The four shall be charged in place, and all my people are submit to your orders. Then respect the throne of the greater than you." You can read rest of it. It's chapter verse 41 to. It's a long chapter, 41 to 57. You can read on your own. This is about Pharaoh's dream. Pharaoh's dream. Sebatas is Genesis, sebatas is God. Sebatas is Durari Sekopata control 2 billion to 2 billion galaxies. That most part of the universe. Sebatas control every frequency. Sebatas control the nucleus. That's right, control the nucleus of the electron and the proton. Sebatas control the nucleus of the Earth. Sebatas control the magnetism, 78,000 amps, 48,000 volts. Sebatas control the frequency of the Earth. Sebatas control the magnetism, the nucleus, has control electron, proton, neutron, hydrogen, matter to the utmost part of the universe. Habitat is Genesis, habitat is God. The fate of mankind, the rest of one man, Tam Nelson. Fate of mankind, the rest of one man, to build a new civilization for the next 350 million years. Most anointed man of God, the authority of Jesus Christ, is a blessed one of Tam Nelson, will appointed be the man to design the civilization for the next 350 million years. The earth is ruined, it's a famine. Everything closed, everything padlocked. And because is control every electron, every proton, every neutron, every hydrogen, the nucleus. And because it die, the whole earth will spin in a storm, and the earth will spin out of control. The universe will control. And because it was born 18.3 billion years ago, and because it was born on date and this relationship talk is precisely to the point. I'll post this on my page on my webpage. I got my computer back today on the 29th. Every 29th, 26th is the SSI and SSD check on NETSPEND card. 29th is the 29th of the month is the SSD check and the Social Security check on 29th of the month on NETSPEND card. And it's the 26th is the month is the payments or SSD and SSI and SSA. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good day. Yeshua means I see your likeness of God. So thank you. Take care. Bye bye.